Welcome, Kayak Anglers. You are tuning into the Paddle and Fin Podcast Network, Kayak Fishing's best network of shows with great hosts covering all things kayak fishing, bringing you special guests covering topics such as shore fishing, river trips, gear reviews, angler profiles, tournament news, and more. Sit back, relax. Let's do this.
Chasing the 20-incher Susquehanna River podcast is brought to you by these great companies. Railblazer. Think outside the tackle box. Kayak Cushion. For them long days on the water. Achigan brand. The official brand of smallmouth bass. Blue Mountain Outfitters. Susquehanna's local kayak shop. Ken's Jigs. Need a custom jig? Don't look any further. Nico Fishing Baits. Next generation of soft plastics. And Undercover Baits. Get hooked on Undercover Baits. Thanks for watching and welcome to the show.
That's 20. That is a 20.
Oh boy, it never gets old, Sean. Hey everyone.
That's fun to hear.
Yeah. Welcome to Chasing the 20-inchers Susquehanna River podcast. What's going on, Sean?
Not much, man. How about you?
Oh, I'm pretty excited. We got a really cool episode for you guys this week. We have I can't think of any other podcast that had so many river rats on all at once. So this is going to be pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to hear how everyone took part in this. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah. It's been a pretty long 2 weeks, I feel like. A lot has been done over the past 2 weeks. We had our MAKBF Tournament of Champions on the Juniata River. And that's what we're going to do tonight. We have the top 5. They're going to be coming on and kind of telling you what they found, how they broke down the Juniata River. And, we're going to get into it. It's going to be a fun time. I know a lot of us today were out on the water. A whole bunch of us were out on the water today. So, Sean, how'd you make out today? I seen you caught some fish.
Yeah, I caught a few. I was out only for I think I went out at 10:30 and came in at 1:30, and I ended up with 2 half decent ones on a chatterbait. It was definitely muddy down here too. But
Nice.
How about you?
Yeah, so we made plans throughout the week with Larry Okonski and
Randy
Rosenberry from Undercover Baits to go fishing, and we went all the way up to Sealands Grove. Yeah, we were up there in Sealands Grove, and we got out on the water this morning, and it was super foggy, like really foggy, that we couldn't even see 50 yards in front of us. We went down into these islands, and then we decided to sit there for a little bit and wait till the sun came up and burned a little bit of the fog off, and we started fishing all the way back up to where we launched. And yeah, we didn't do too well. We struggled today. I think I caught 3, and Larry caught 1, and I think Randy caught 1.
Wow.
And we got on the water about 8:30, and we were out till almost 3:00.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a struggle bus today for us, but I mean, I seen pictures on Facebook of people that were catching them, so they were biting somewhere, but not where I was. That's for sure. All right, let's get into the river level, Sean. Let's do them, and then we'll get these guys in here after we do our photos and stuff like that.
Sounds like a plan.
So,
all right, so we'll start off with Harrisburg. This week has been a blessing, and we finally got some rain, and water levels finally started picking up a little bit. So I had a feeling that a lot of people would be fishing the rise. But yeah, it looks like Harrisburg's sitting at 4.11 feet and climbing. So that's definitely good.
Yeah, for sure. I'll do the next one. We'll go to the West Branch, Lewisburg. Also had a rise. They're sitting at 3.26 feet. So
Cool.
it's good.
Next up, we'll jump over to Marietta. Marietta also had a rise and then another rise. It looks like all the water from upstate's making the town here. And so Marietta sitting at 34.87 feet.
Yep. And then the last one, we're going to go to the North Branch, Towanda. And they
Hey,
had
it's not negative.
Yeah, it's finally not negative. They got some water now, 2.49 feet. They had a huge rise too back on the 30 on Halloween.
And you said it was flowing pretty good up where you were today, right?
Yeah, I mean, I launched with 100% battery on my Torpedo, and when I got back to the launch, I had 16%.
Okay.
So I mean, it was moving. It was moving pretty good. Well, I mean, look at the summer we had. That we had hardly any moving water at all. So any kind of moving water now to me is going to be like, wow, especially after the summer we had here on the Susquehanna.
Yeah.
All right. Next we're going to go into our Achigan photos of the week, and we do these every time we have our podcast. And guys, I make a post on Facebook like a Friday, and then people submit their photos. And I'll start off here with Alex Goby with a beautiful smallmouth. Thanks for sending that in, Alex.
Nice. Next, we'll jump over to Austin Noble with another beautiful smallmouth. Looks like it was a little foggy where he was too.
Yeah. Yep. And then next we have Brandon Livermore. And we don't hate. We like largemouth too. We'll take that.
Heck yeah! What's the measurement on that? I can't see it, but
the mouth's open, but I'm gonna say that's at least 21 inches for sure.
That's
22 maybe. That's
I'm
a
not
big
gonna
largemouth.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yep.
All right. Next up, we have Buddy Long with a chunky smallmouth.
On a
That
spinnerbait.
thing's been eaten up, definitely for sure.
Yeah. And next we have Jake Hausman.
Interesting. We're getting all the species today.
Jeez. Yeah, that's a big freaking catfish.
Yes, it is. I can't imagine. I don't know that I have a rod that could land that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right. Next, we have another friend of the show, Josh Weinbrenner, with the multi-species trend continues. So that's looks like a very healthy muskie.
Yeah. And they're biting really good right now, the muskies are.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then last but not least, we have Lisa Lake Fishing Club. And his fish might have got bit in half by a muskie. Hey, we appreciate everybody for sending them photos in. We like to have a little fun and highlight some of our followers. So thanks for sending them in. We appreciate you guys. Let's get this show started, Sean.
Cool.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna introduce the top 5 from the MAKBF TOC that was on the Juniata last weekend, and we're gonna start from number 5. Number 5 would be Dan. Dan was in 5th place. Not sure exactly how many inches he had. I had it pulled up on my phone, and then my phone started going crazy with text messages and stuff. I think Brooke is having a little bit of trouble with his internet, and he was trying to text me. Let me bring the scores up here real quick. You can bring Dan in. Maybe he
All right.
remembers what he had. He can tell us what he had.
I think I had 177.
177.
Somewhere in the neighborhood. Yeah, 177 and a quarter, I think.
Okay. And guys that are listening, this was a 2-day tournament. So that's over 2 days, 177 on the Juniata, and that's a really good weight right there.
Or a bag. Heck yeah, that's crazy.
All
The
right.
Juniata's been
gonna,
showing out. That's kind of crazy.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna have these guys kind of remember what their scores were, because I'm not having any luck pulling it up. But number 4 was Charlie Rustler.
All right.
4th place. Charlie, you remember what you had?
181.
181.
Yep.
3rd place was Sean Crawford. Bring in Sean.
Shane, you mean?
I mean Shane. Sorry, Shane.
I'm like, I don't know. I don't have another Sean.
What's going on, Shane? Can you hear me? Oh, he must have mute. Something must be muted. See if he can hear you, Sean.
Shane, can you hear me? Seems like we're having some technical difficulties.
Yeah. Maybe go out and come back in if you can, Shane. No. All right, we'll go to the next one. The next one's where's Brooke? He's not back yet.
Yeah, he's there.
Is he there?
Yep.
All right.
I'll add him.
2nd place was Brooke Williams. Brooke, do you remember what you had? What was your score for the 2 days?
181 and a quarter.
181 and a quarter. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Shane and Charlie, they tied at 181.
181. Okay.
And you were a quarter ahead of him. That's crazy that you were all that grouped up at the top.
Yeah. Shane's messaging me right now. I'm going to have him leave and come back in.
Okay.
And then we'll get to the 1st place and the champion. All right. And the AOI champion and the TOC champion with 1st place, Mark Manini. Mark, what was your score?
185 and a quarter.
185 and a quarter. Wow. I mean,
you almost got my name.
How do I say your last name? Marnini?
It's Marini.
Marini.
There you go. You got
it. I'm horrible with names. Shane, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right.
Sweet.
So you were 3rd place. You finished 3rd place last weekend. Do you remember what your total was?
I think it was 181 inches.
181.
Yeah.
Okay. Does somebody have a radio on or something? I'm getting a lot of feedback in the background.
I think you're just picking up somebody's mic.
Okay. All right.
Someone's got an echo.
I know Brooke was out today, sent me a bunch of pictures. He caught some nice fish. And I know Charlie's been hammering them on the Juniata the past couple days. Anybody else went out fishing today? Nobody?
Yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
Yeah, I went out today, and it was pretty tough on the Potomac.
Okay.
Did you have some stain down there? Stain water?
No, it was like crystal clear. There's no color.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't make it down there yet.
Those of you guys who went out yesterday, did you fight the wind? I know here where I was in Wrightsville, it was really windy. That's kind of why I waited till today.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was out, and it was definitely a solid breeze going on. But like the evening was incredible, and I knew that was happening. But I laid down in the evening, and it went off. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I need a day like that. Just a fun
You
fishing.
just had a 2-day weekend of that, you know.
Well, I mean, and believe me, it was an honor to fish with these guys and to put the numbers up I did with these guys. I was happy with what I finished with. But I need a fun day of fishing, not like just not tournament or anything like that.
I hear you.
But who should we start off? Let's start off with Dan. So starting on Saturday, did you do any pre-fishing for this tournament?
I did. I started about 6 weeks before, and I don't really put a lot of weight on fishing 6 weeks before. But
Yeah.
I fished the last 2 weeks a couple of times and found some good numbers. The big problem was everywhere I went on the lower Juniata put up numbers. So it was like, where do you go day one?
Yeah.
That's a good problem to have, I guess.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
a good problem.
But unfortunately, pretty much everybody else chose the same starting spot as me on day one.
How many people launched with you, Dan?
I don't know, Charlie, how many was there when I pulled out?
I think there was 5 that ended up launching there.
Was it 5?
Wow.
Yeah, I believe.
So I pulled out. That would have been 6.
Yep.
That's
So
a
I
pretty
was
big
good.
number for only having 11 anglers.
Where we were, the water gets kind of small. So Charlie and I were chatting, and I said, screw this, I'm heading upriver. So I went up to Thompson Town, and I think, Carlisle, and somebody else was launching there.
Yeah.
So I did a U-turn and went right up to Muskrat, and glad I did. I found fish, especially day one. I found fish, but
Yeah, you did well, day one.
I was 15 minutes late launching on day one, but it was worth it.
So now I can recall that there was a car that pulled in the parking lot and sat there for a minute, and then they left. So that was you that did that.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would have done the same thing. You know, if your boat ramp's a little full, just I try to stay away from people as much as I can. I like to have water to myself. So that was a smart move.
Well,
It's good to know that I was going to say you found fish all over the lower section, so you knew you could just jump spots like that and probably do okay.
Right. Well, where I found fish, the last pre-fish I did was at Thompson Town, and I found fish up, and the water that I found fish was easily accessible for muskrat, so I went to muskrat and then went down, and it worked out. I had the whole river to myself most of the day. I saw you, Carlisle, like briefly.
Yeah.
And then I went back there day 2, and I had that stretch of river all to myself. I never saw another person.
Yeah, so day one you had 90 inches.
Right.
So I mean that's the right way to start off. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And then day 2 you had 87 and a quarter. What did you notice the change in day 2, or did you just run out of fish, or what do you think happened on day 2?
I think I tried to exploit the same water day 2, and it really didn't work to my advantage. There was fish there, but the big fish weren't there. I mean, I could catch 17 and 18-inch fish, but those 19s and 20s that I needed to really to even have a chance at chasing Marini down, I needed some really big fish, and I just couldn't find them. And as the day went on, I get this frustration in the back of my head, and I start making little tiny decisions, and they're always the bad decisions.
Yeah.
And then after a pull out, at the end of the day, I'm like, I should have did this, this, and this. And once the head takes over, it's all she wrote.
So did you use throw the same stuff that you did on day 1?
Yes. It was basically a Nico 4 1/4 Helgermite show, day 1 and day 2. That put 90% of the fish in my stringer came on that bait alone. I think I put one on a baby spook day one. Day two, I put one in my stringer on a undercover little twitch. Everything else was the Helgermite.
Nice.
That's like bass candy on the Juniata. But the problem is it catches small fish too, even the 4 1/4s.
Yeah. Were you using the Helgermite from Undercover Baits, or were you using the Nico Helgermite?
Nico. Yep. Nico just lasts forever. I can use a 4 1/4 as long as I've gone 2 days with the same bait. In fact, the duller it gets from use, the better the hits get.
Yeah.
I've heard that too. Yeah.
Well, Dan, congratulations with 177 1/4 inches. That's freaking awesome. That's awesome numbers to put up.
Thank you.
I mean, it was pretty tight at the end there. I know a lot of people started catching fish right at the end of the day too. I was one of them. I caught an 18.5 with 5 minutes left in the tournament. It's like they started biting right at the end.
That's what killed me. I was in first for a while, and I thought, okay, I got a pretty good chance. And then my bite stopped, and everybody else's bite started.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Dan. We'll move to Charlie. He was in 4th place. He had 181 inches. Charlie, kind of like the same questions. You did any pre-fishing for this tournament?
Yeah, I had 2 days lined up that I could go. I had Wednesday the week and a half before, and then I had Sunday that I could make it up. And went up on that Wednesday and had 96.5.
Oh wow.
And decided to save my fuel on Sunday, and I pretty well had a plan for the tournament.
Nice. Okay, so your first day you had 91 1/4. And were you basically like what you found in practice? Is that what you went after on day one?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. 91 1/4. That's a respectable number for the Juniata for sure. But you said you had a 96 in practice.
Yes.
Wow. That's really good for the Juniata River. Really good. So day one, did you kind of like stick with the same bait all day, same area, or did you cover a lot of water and throw a lot of different baits?
The majority was the same area. I was floating from one ramp to another. So I spent the majority of the day in the one area and just back and forth covering it multiple times. So I would switch up what I was throwing each time I'd cover that water.
Yeah. Let's see, where were you at after day one? I mean, you had to be close to first place after day one. I think maybe second.
Yeah, I think I was a 1/4 inch behind or something like that.
Yeah, second place. So you had to be feeling pretty good after day one, knowing that you were sitting pretty high up. And was your plan for day two, was it basically you were going to go do the same thing in the same area, or did you switch boat ramps, or did you, change anything up?
Same thing. There was enough fish there. I saw that on day one.
And there was other people fishing around you, right?
There was other people fishing around me, like we was talking a minute ago. There was, I think, 5 other competitors that launched out of the same boat ramp. When we launched, there was only 2 of us headed the same direction. Me and another guy was headed the same direction. The other guy was Mark. So
you guys definitely were in the right area. I mean,
oh yeah.
There was plenty of fish there for all you guys, and then to have Mark put up the numbers he did. I mean, very impressive.
Yeah,
very impressive.
Mark wasn't fishing the same exact water that I was. He was fishing a little bit farther below me, but yeah, we weren't too far apart.
Nice. Well, Charlie, good job, man. 181 inches in 2 days on the Juniata. If you guys can do that, next year when the Kayak Adventure Series comes up here, you guys are all going to be up in top for sure. I don't know if you all plan on fishing that. or even if you knew they were coming, but they're coming in, I think it's June. I think it's June or July, something like that. They're coming to the Juniata River next year. So find a teammate, So yeah, congratulations, Charlie. 181 inches. That's really respectable. You're a true river rat, my friend.
Thank you.
And then okay, so third place was Shane Crawford with 181 inches, but I think he had the bigger fish, so that put him in third. And he tied with Charlie actually, but he had the bigger fish, and I think he also won the biggest fish of the event with 21 and a half.
Dang.
Isn't that correct, Shane?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, that's a tank of a fish, man.
You weigh it?
Yeah, it was it was 4.23. I think it's what so right at 4 1/4.
Wow.
Long
I would have guessed heavier. Yeah.
Well, and you caught that fish on day 2, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I caught it like mid-morning on day 2.
And you sandbagged it till the end. So Shane, did you do any pre-fishing for this event?
I did. I came up the Sunday
I ran
before.
into you on Friday, you and Jordan.
Yeah. Yeah, I came up Sunday before, and I spent probably the first like 4 hours just not finding fish. And then I got on I got into an area where I caught one, and then there was like 9 others with it, just a big just a group of fish. And then I started looking for areas similar to that, and it seemed like every area I found that was similar to that just was loaded with big fish. So as soon as I found that, I think I did 92.5 in practice, and then I just kind of like backed off. 'Cause I was just trying to find those groups of fish for the week later.
That was key for sure for a lot of people to find them big grouped up fish, and it looks like you guys did a hell of a job doing it. So I mean, Shane had on 90 inches on day 1, so he was probably sitting in third or something like that after day 1, and then he had 91 inches on day 2, and had lunker 21.5-inch smallmouth lunker, and finished with 181 inches, but he got third because he had the bigger fish than Charlie. So when you fished day 1, Shane, did you stay in basically an area, or did you cover a lot of water or anything like that?
I was burning a lot of water. I was hitting like certain areas. There was probably about 5 or 6 spots where I'd found fish, and I was just kind of running those spots. 'Cause I figured by the time I got up to the furthest most, fish would have either reset or calmed down from when I was at those other areas. So I'd work my way back through those areas. And
I think that's kind of what Dan did too. Like me and Dan kind of worked our areas kind of like that too. And then day 2, did you do the same thing? Did you just run the same pattern, same water?
Yeah, essentially the exact same thing. I had an idea of going down further, like below where I'd launched at, because I hadn't ever been down below there. But I ended up just kind of sticking to where I'd found fish instead of trying to find fish. I just stuck to where I had found them, and I was seeing them. So I just kind of just kept doing that and kind of hope for the best.
Nice. What if you don't mind sharing, what bait did you catch that 21.5-inch smallmouth on?
I caught it on a Ned rig.
Oh, Sean, that's your favorite bait, man.
I bet you that was a fight.
Yeah, it was. It didn't really last too long. It came in pretty quick. I didn't waste too much time trying to get it in, because once I saw how big it was, I tried to get it in as quick as I could. But yeah, didn't want to horse it too much.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Shane. 181 inches, very respectable numbers for the Juniata. A 21.5 inch to cap it off. You got to take some money home for that from MAKBF for big fish and for third place, didn't you?
I think so.
Yeah, I forget. I was at the awards, so I just forget what the amounts were.
Yeah.
But Shane, congratulations, man. That's awesome, especially coming from Virginia and coming up here and going against a lot of local sticks around here. That's pretty impressive, man.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Thank you.
And then we had then there was two. Second place, Brooke Williams, 181.25 inches. Brooke, congratulations, man. And you had 89.5 on day one and 91.75 on day two. I like to see that. You know, I really like to see when somebody has a lower number and then they even go higher. They have a not low number, but you had an 89.5 on day one. And then to go from 89.5 to 91.75 on day two, you had to switch something up or, just stumble upon something that you didn't get into on day one. Let's hear what you found.
So I did pre-fish twice the Saturday before in this area. And this is an area that I have fished before. I've actually gone out. I've kind of turned it into an annual thing now for the past 2 years so far. Either on New Year's Eve or within a day or two of New Year's Eve, I'll go out and hit Howe Township launch, and I'll kill it. It's the weirdest thing. So this area I knew, was pretty good for throwing just a 1/4 ounce jig. That's all I threw the whole time.
The whole tournament.
I caught every single fish on a 1/4 ounce jig with the Pepper Customs jig, football head with a TRD crawl in Drew's crawl color that I got last year or 2 years ago for free from the Kayak Adventure series up on the North Branch.
Yeah, I ran into you there up there too, and that was crazy weather for that tournament too. You did well in that tournament too, I think.
I did.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, and I fished the same exact area both days in a row.
You fished the same area, same bait, and you just
I did switch up the color. I did do the black and blue on and off just to see if it did any different. So I did catch fish on both, but it was essentially the same jig both days. I tried topwater the one day I pre-fished. I did Thompson Town, I did Walker, and I did Amity Hall, and I was catching them on whopper ploppers, and I didn't even get a sniff, so I just put it away immediately and just stayed with the jig the whole time.
Yeah, nice. So to go to the black and blue in clear water, does that? I mean, I've heard of people doing it before, but it kind of what made you think about like why not green pumpkin or something like that?
Because I didn't.
It's just something that you had, or
well, it's the skirt on the jig is green pumpkin. It's
oh, okay.
It's actually called sticky green. But yeah, it's essentially a green pumpkin with a black flake.
Yeah, nice. Oh yeah, and not to change the subject, but the Kayak Adventure Series will be here on the 19th and 20th of June. That's when they're coming to the Juniata. It's called the Juniata Regatta. So keep that in mind, guys.
That's an interesting time to come too.
Yeah.
June. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Brooke, did you basically just stayed in the same area for both days and through the same bait the whole time? The fish must have been stacked up where you were.
I caught quite a few fish. I was weeding through quite a bit. I really wasn't catching a lot of small ones. I caught a lot of 15s and 16s. So it's not a bad problem to have if you're not even having to measure a 15 or a 16. But yeah, I mean, there's plenty of them there.
Yeah. Did
There's
anyone catch a
ledges,
muskie?
A lot of boulders. all in that area.
You caught a muskie, Mark.
Mark caught a muskie.
Brooke, you're always good for a muskie. You didn't catch a muskie that weekend?
I did not.
I
did see them.
You seen them?
A couple of the ledges that was when it was gin clear, and there was one that was probably, it was easily pushing 40, and I'm pretty sure Jim saw that too that same day.
Nice. And when you were you pretty much alone in your area, or were you surrounded by some people? Or
no? Matt Campbell, he shot upstream directly behind me, and then Jim Price was also kind of behind me, but he also went up above that first riffle. I think he went all the way up to the bridge. Below, what's the next launch up there? That's I forget what that one's called, but there's a bridge in between. He went all the way up to the bridge. I believe Matt did the same thing the first day. I don't know if he made it up that far the second day. Second day was a little bit hairy because there was one jet boat that took off and went straight upstream as we were launching.
Oh, wow.
I was a little concerned because I knew Matt was up there, and it was pretty darn foggy. Luckily, he said he was able to get out of the way, but he should not have been going that fast up the river at that point.
Yeah, it was foggy both days.
A little sketchy.
Yeah. Was it a guide or just a pleasure boat?
I'm not sure. Can't really tell. My guess is probably a guide, but
yeah. Nice. Well, Brooke, you had one heck of a season this year, especially, with Kayak Anglers of Eastern PA and with MAKBF. Congratulations. You put up one heck of a season this year. So what's next for Brooke? What's next?
I don't know. I was out throwing it around on the Susky just today.
Yeah, I was surprised. I got that message from you today. If I'd have known earlier, I would have probably fished with you.
It was a last minute decision, to be honest with you, because I actually had texted the guys from my kayak anglers group to see if anybody wanted to meet up on the Delaware, because that's only 40 minutes for me to get there.
Yeah.
And then my dog woke me up at 4:30 in the morning because he thought it was 5:30 because the time.
Yeah.
So everybody was all messed up. So at that point, I'm already awake. And, what's an extra hour of driving to go fish to Susquehanna? So that's what I ended up doing.
I think you made the right decision, especially after some of the photos I seen. I put up a good bag today.
Yeah, it was a good day. It was fun.
Yeah. Well, and then there was one, Mark, first place, 185 1/4 inches. Day one, you had 91 1/2. And then day two, like I like to see, 93 3/4. So, that was, and it came down to the last. This was like the decision maker for the TOC, for the AOI plus. So you won the AOY for MAKBF, and you won the Tournament of Champions.
Mm-hmm.
And it came. What was it? 2 points.
2 points.
You beat Jordan by 2 points for the AOY. That's awesome. Mark, tell us a little bit about your day one, and were you covering a lot of water? Were you just kind of in one area? And did you also do that for day two, or did you switch everything up and do something totally different?
Yeah. All right. So I might be the only one that didn't pre-practice. So I would say the lower Juniata, I would consider my home river over the last 5 years. I fished it more than the Susky, mostly due to my buddy Brandon always dragging me out there. He's like, let's go float the Juniata this fall again. It's like, okay, I don't have a good river boat, but I guess I'll do it.
Yeah.
So that actually, to be honest, that had a major influence on my decision making this week, because I look back through some stuff before the tournament, and I have records of, all the fish I was catching, where I caught them, in these exact conditions on this exact weekend, you know. So I did have a fair amount of good history to work on, you know, in those specific, in these low, you know, clear conditions, to I kind of knew, okay, well, if it sets up like it, if it's setting up exactly like it did, you know, previously in these conditions, I think I know where the quality is. I think I know where the groups are going to be in a roughly like a 10-mile stretch, probably from, I guess, up around Thompsontown down to the mouth. I know that whole stretch really well. So I was going to practice and just kind of make sure on some things. I ended up, because of a few things and some work things and family stuff, I wasn't able to make it out during the week. I still had a pretty clear like game plan as far as what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go. I've seen it enough this time of year. I know what I'm looking at. So day one, I don't have a great riverboat. I can't necessarily just, jump over 2-foot ledges like some of these guys. I don't know how they do it, to be honest, but I gotta float a lot of stuff. If I want to hit certain stuff, I can't necessarily just do these long runs upstream like some of these guys.
What kayak do you have, Mark?
Oh, it's a kayak I got like 6 or 7 years ago. It's like an old Pelican, like $500 kayak that I like Jimmy rigged out like beyond, like it's dumb. I have like a live scope on it and stuff.
Wow.
It's yeah, you don't want to see it.
Hey, it gets the job done. I mean,
yeah. Getting the job done for sure.
The problem is I need 2 kayaks. I need a new riverboat and I need a new lake boat, basically. Basically, my boat is good at nothing, but it's not terrible at anything either. So
it sounds terrible when you drag it down the ramp. I know that.
You know what, Brooke?
That's the worst sound.
Didn't I say though? I'm like, hey, this is why you have a kayak. You can just rough talk that. That thing is, dude. It fell off the truck at one point and broke, and like I had to get it repaired at this plastic repair shop. Like, man, it's been through the mill. I can't give it up now. It's like, come on. Anyway.
All this money that you, all these checks that you cashed this year, I think you'd be able to, buy a new one.
It's possible. Yeah.
I do have a question for you, real quick, before you keep going. So, like you're saying, you keep like a journal, basically.
Well, this was more, not necessarily. That was more just pictures I've taken. I looked at the dates and where they were and stuff.
Okay, so my question to you would be like, if you were like really confident on what you knew what was going on because you didn't get to pre-fish, you said.
Sure.
What would you do in a situation where like 4 or 5 people were launching with you at the same boat ramp and all of a sudden you couldn't get into your spots that you wanted to get into? Like, what would be your game plan then?
I mean, keep going till I find some water that I can fish, like honestly, like it's not one spot. I mean,
like that doesn't mess with your head though, like when that happens.
Honestly, like I hate fishing around people, obviously, like everyone else. It's no fun having, 3 guys right around you, but at the same time, like if you hold your nerve, and a lot of times, like they're not going to catch your fish and you probably won't catch theirs, like in a weird way. Now in a river tournament, like, to be honest, I mean, I wasn't alone. Like I had people on my stuff. I mean, we beat those fish up. I mean, Shane was up in my, in my area. I shouldn't say my area, but we were sharing, similar water. Like my starting spot that I pretty much caught everything on day one. Like he was up there, mid-morning, and I know he caught some in there as well. I think Mickey was in there at some point. Like that's no one you don't want to see him in there either. it's not so much about pressure. It's like, how about I just take 2 of the best river hammers and put them on my stretch, and
Yeah.
you know,
I think Mickey broke his measuring board on day 1. So he was done after the first couple hours, I think.
Had a few mishaps.
Mickey always is an adventure. He always has an interesting story.
Yeah.
He broke a rod too, but landed a fish.
He broke like 5 nets this year. I don't know how he breaks all this stuff. I mean, he must just dance around on his kayak.
I have my own net story that we'll get to, and it's not a good one. So anyway, so I launched with Charlie, watching him fly down through the fog, lost sight of him. He's going so fast. I'm like just puttering down, little old me over here. I feel like he fished for a half hour before I ever got down to him by the time we were both down. And I knew the stretch he was fishing. And to be honest, like, I'm really impressed, Charlie, with what you did in that area. Like, that's an amazing summer spot, in my opinion. It's not as great in the fall sometimes. Evidently, what you did, especially power fishing in there, it still boggles my mind a little bit.
Well, to me, it was they were still doing a summer thing. I mean, I was catching just like I've been catching. And they were still there yesterday,
which is so crazy. Like I'm like, that is wild to me, because I mean, it's wild. You can have a completely different experience fishing the same water, same time. Like, because I mean, most of these guys, they're a lot of Ned baits mentioned. I caught mine on a Ned. Like, you're hearing a lot of that. And then there's you just chucking and winding out there and just crushing. Like, it's like, wow, like you can do it. I tried it, I tried it in the morning, first day, I started power fishing, wasn't happening. Never got a sniff on anything. The first thing I hooked was that 36-inch muskie. That freaked me out. I'm like, but yeah, no. So I was fishing, a little bit below Charlie, but pretty much I had that spot in my head. I had seen a really good quality school there previously, not this past year, but it's one of those spots that's harder for the jet boats to get to, because there's a ledge on the bottom and it's tough even from the top to get down into it. So it's probably the least pressured from those type of boats. So it's really just your kayak guys. And that's part of the reason I chose that to start with. Because I'm like, well, if there's one spot that's going to be the least pressured and I might be able to have a decent start, it's probably there. So it's kind of like halfway in between 2 ramps, 3 miles one direction either way. Which, yeah,
you don't have to give the spots away, because we don't want them to get beat up too much. But
yeah,
I mean, if you want to, fine.
I'm not trying to give the exact stuff away, but like, it's just one of those things where, but there's a lot of spots like that, though, to be honest. Like, and that could be, it's a very timing thing. Like, that's not necessarily good in the spring or the summer, or like those fish move, or they move, and they can move a lot. Like, and it's like the Susky, as you know, like, it's a timing deal, water level deal. Like, what they get on at certain water levels and times of the year, it changes, quite a bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So I caught most of my fish day 1 out of the same school. Pretty much, other than I think one fish. And I think I was already at 91.5 at around 1. Yeah. So I had.
You didn't upgrade it after 130. You did not make any more upgrades.
No, and to be honest, I wasn't trying that hard to.
Because you had another day.
I was hoping I could like pick up one more or two, but I was more like, I also realized, because of, seeing some of the other guys that I saw in that area, I'm like, this isn't going to hold up. Like, I can't go in there again. I wasn't seeing enough big fish in there where I'm like, oh yeah, I can go in 2 days in a row with 2 other guys that are hammers and do the same thing. Like, that's not going to happen. And I didn't, like, I caught enough on day 1, but like, I caught just enough, like, I hammered that area pretty hard. So the net story. So I think I had maybe 3 big ones at the time. And I hook one about 18 plus, and I go to net him, and he comes off as he's going in the net. And well, there's a hole in the net just big enough for a fish to fit through.
Oh no.
So he literally goes in the net, my hook comes out, the fish goes right through the net onto the other side of the kayak and out. And I'm like, oh boy. That might have been a very stupid, costly mistake.
Yeah.
I just laughed for a while, and then it's either that or cry, it's one of the two.
Well, maybe before you upgrade your kayak, you can maybe get a new net.
I had to repair it for the next time. Well, it's time to go get another net. I'm just going to repair it. It didn't happen again, but that would have put me up another, because I had a 16.5 the first day. That was my small one, so.
Oh, that would have put you up 2 inches.
It would have put me up close to what I had on day 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Did you know the hole was in that net, or you didn't know there was a hole there?
I'm not going to confirm or deny that I knew that.
All right. Well,
I think I do. I just didn't think of fitting through it.
So
it got bigger somehow.
So after day 1, you had 91.5 inches, and then going into day 2, and did you just run the same stuff?
So
basically, or
I had a long stretch that I was fishing, and there's key spots, and I'm traveling a fair amount from spot to spot, kind of like
what Shane was doing.
Yeah. I mean, well, we were fishing in similar areas, and there's just a lot of dead water. I mean, you're just some of these 5-inch flats that you're just trying to get through. It's not great. So I did waste a bunch of time on day 1 messing around with another area a little bit, just trying to figure stuff out. And so I didn't even get down to that main area that I wanted to be in for a little bit longer. It took me too long to get there. So day 2, I'm like, well, my plan was I'm going to go back there, see if magic can happen again, but early. If I can make it happen, I'm going to make it happen. But if I don't see what I want to see, I've got other stuff that I never even got to on day 1 that I want to see if I can at least get to on day 2. So that was the plan. And I ended up catching 2 that ended up helping. Nothing crazy, but I got, I think, an 18 3/4 and a 17 something in the first hour or so. And then I was standing a lot, and so I'm seeing a lot of these fish and seeing how they're responding and how they're moving around, and they were really, really spooky, and they were taking longer and longer to set back up. They were starting to swim around in that area quite a bit more. Didn't like that. And you could catch one if you stayed off them for a little while and then sneak back up. But I really, at one point, I think I only saw one fish that I thought that one's going to help me. And I cast into that school and I catch one and it's following it back to the boat. And at that point I said, okay, I'm fishing for one fish and I need at least 3 more. That's not going to work.
Yeah.
And I know if I don't give myself enough time, I am going to run out of time messing around here and maybe catch it. And then in the long run, I'm going to beat myself by just wasting too much time. So I was like, I got to find some new fish, headed out. And the one thing that I did on day 1 was kind of canceled out a bunch of stuff. Because I did fish through a couple areas that do have fish, but all I caught was smaller fish. When I say smaller, 14 to 15 inch fish. And I really, I kind of just ran through those areas on day 2. I did not stay there.
Yeah.
If I had one, and then I picked up a random fish out of a big school, but most of them are small. that was kind of just a random like blind cast in an area that has them, but I was just kind of going through that area pretty quick, long cast, pick up a random one. So I think at that point I only had like 3 over 17. You know, I think I had 2 18s and a 17 and a couple of 15s on day 2. Like I didn't have much. And you know, and so now I'm down close to, you know, where I wanted to, where I never even got to on day 1. And so that's when I started looking around, and I started seeing a lot of schools, but in some areas, in some of these bigger flat areas, like you'll have some of these schools that kind of are roaming a bit. And those are really hard to stay on because they can just move so much unless you're scoping them or something. Like it's really hard to stay on them. They can just move a lot. So I ended up going past a lot of fish. I saw a lot of fish that I kept going past, and then I found a deeper area that I saw a couple big ones, was able to come back to, caught a couple out of that. I think I was up to, so at this point, I think I had like an hour and a half left or so when I caught the one that I thought was going to put me over the top, but evidently it was going to put me in a tie with everyone else. So with like an hour and a half left, I had 181. So I would have been tied with Charlie and Shane at that point.
And Brooke would have won.
And I was down by a quarter inch, which between the net fish that I lost the day before, and I had caught a 20 and a half that the picture wasn't good enough, where like my identifier wasn't visible enough. Like it was blurred out by the sun or something, so they couldn't see the numbers good enough. And so I had other pictures of it, but I only had one at 20 and a half. So that fish ended up being just a 20 and a quarter, because I had to use a different photo. So yeah, I was at 181. Just like,
you're as bad as Mickey.
Oh, it's hard. Like I'm like, as well as I've fished, I've also made just some really dumb mistakes. But if I would have just like been a little more, on top of my game, I'd be fine. So the next hour is just me just regretting my life decisions and in misery. Like, so this is how it's gonna end. It got windy and I couldn't see anything, and I'm getting blown around, and I'm like, oh boy, I don't know what's going on. I make a little move and it's like a wasteland. I'm like, there's this one spot in the back of my head that I did not go to yet, but it's downstream. I have to go through some rapids, and I know I have to get back up in enough time, because I think we had to be back
4 o'clock, I think it was.
Yeah, we had to be back a half hour after line's out. And with my boat, it's tough. Like it wasn't fun getting back up. Anyway, I kind of made the decision I wasn't going to go down there, but then I'm messing around, and I'm close. I'm only like 500 yards from this, spot, down through these rapids. And I'm like, man, I don't know. I keep talking myself out of it. 17 minutes remaining. I don't know what made me even do it. I just make the move. I just put my trolling motor on high, and I'm just going without really thinking about it. Go down there. Instinctively just hit some stuff that I just know from past. I didn't see anything. I didn't see any fish. 13 minutes remaining. So 5 minutes in, 13 minutes remaining. I catch 20. Big fish of the day for me. And then 5 minutes later, I catch a 19, and I'm done.
Wow.
And that was it. And then, hold on, one more part that could have, this was a disaster. Getting back up, I go to get back up and get through. My prop hit some rocks on the way up, and I don't have a guard, and I broke the prop pin.
Oh, no.
And I was above the rapids, but I couldn't go anywhere. I've got 20 minutes remaining to get back up. It's a quarter mile away from the, maybe not even a quarter mile, hardly a quarter mile back up. I can see the ramp, and I'm like, if I don't fix this, I'm toast, right? So I'm like panicked. I go to shore and I'm trying so hard to get this prop off, and it's jammed because the pin's all messed and broke in 3 places, and it's all kinds of problems going on, and I'm just freaking out. I can't believe this is happening. Like, I'm like, this is it. Like, I'm gonna get DQ'd because I can't even get back to the ramp in time. Luckily, Jordan, dear Jordan, Jordan I had mentioned to Jordan about this spot. He had shuttled me up the day before, and he ended up going down there the second day. And so he was coming up as I was dealing with my prop situation and offered to tow me in, which I managed to put the prop on well enough. I couldn't get the prop on right, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to make it back. Like, it was jammed or something. Anyway, so I get it partially on. I kind of tighten up the screw nut, and I'm like, all right, we're just going to go. Tow me back in. So he tows me, and I don't know if I would have made it without him. I probably would not have made it.
Well, that was nice of him to tow you all back up to the ramp.
Oh my goodness, like, it saved my butt. Like,
yeah,
not good. So yeah, that was my rather dramatic finish to the tournament.
Wow.
What stretch of the Juniata was the tournament? So it was Amity Hall all the way up to
Victory Park.
What was Victory Park? Yeah.
So that's a pretty good stretch.
Pretty long stretch, yeah. So I was just looking at the results after day 1 here. So Mark, you had 90 91 and a half. You were in first. Charlie Russell was in second. Dan was in third. Shane was in fourth. Brooke was all the way down in fifth. So Brooke, that's pretty impressive to go from fifth to second. That's some really good fishing, Brooke. Yeah, so it was pretty tight throughout the whole weekend, I would say. So that fish that you caught, Mark, to pretty much put you up in the front.
Yeah.
That fish meant a lot because that wasn't just for the TOC. That was for the AOY too.
100%. I think that would have been the 2 points.
Yeah.
Wow. Because that would have put me in a 3-way tie with Charlie and Shane, and that would have put me Shane would have beat me with the tiebreaker. And I think just with that would have put me in third, 2 points, and I think Jordan we would have been tied in points, and I think he would have had me in the tiebreaker.
So, I mean, how cool of a story is that? The leader of AOY points was Jordan, like pretty much throughout the whole season, right?
Yeah.
He comes down or comes up wherever he came from to help you and toted you back to the boat ramp, and you wound up beating him by 2 points. I mean,
we didn't know it at the time. I mean, but yeah,
that's what kayak fishing is all about, guys, right there.
No, big shout out to him.
Yeah, huge. Jordan, if you're listening, if you ever listen to this episode, you got a big heart, man, because I know there's a lot of us out there that would have done the same thing, but if the situation was a little different and you maybe would have known about it, would you still would have done it? I don't know. I mean, yeah, probably. We're kayak fishermen, so we always try to help each other out. But I did want to say, guys, I have a special guest coming on to do a giveaway. I have Randy Rosenberry coming on. He's gonna give away $50 of like a gift card. He's gonna give you one. He's gonna give a code out for $50 off your next order to Undercover Baits. And you guys are included in this too. If you want to, you got to just type something in the comments. Like, let's say Undercover Baits. Type Undercover Baits in the comments if you're listening. We're going to do a giveaway. I'm going to get Randy to come in here he was nice enough to we were supposed to do it on the last episode, but we ran a little late and we forgot all about the giveaway, so we're gonna do it on this one. And then before we do that, we're gonna do a little commercial break, and then we'll close this out, Sean. So if you want to run that commercial, I'll get a hold of Randy to get him in here.
All right, give me just a sec. Dan, just a heads up, your mic is the one that's been a little hot, so I muted you. But if you want to talk, just wave and I'll unmute you. I apologize.
Nope.
All right, guys. Go ahead.
I also
Carly.
have a good. I also have a question for everybody before we end this at the end. Then.
All right. Where is our commercial?
Still
there it is.
there.
I see it. Yep, it's there. All right. Hold tight, guys. We'll be right back. All right, we're back.
Before we bring Randy in here, I do want to share a photo I took this morning on the Susquehanna, just so you guys can see how foggy it was here. There's a photo I took of Larry and Randy as we were making our way down the river. We couldn't see anything. So I thought that was a pretty cool photo. All right, let's get Randy in here, Sean. And do you guys all know Randy? No? He's the owner of Undercover Baits. He hand pours all his baits in his shop. He's one hell of a guy. He makes some awesome baits, and he was happy, and we were happy enough to have him as a partner for our show.
I know one of the guys mentioned using his baits, so
yeah, bring him on in here. Hey, Randy.
What's up, guys?
What's going on? So, Randy, I had people comment Undercover Baits in the comments. So if you guys want to win $50 gift card for his baits, go ahead and comment Undercover Baits in the comments, and we're going to do a little randomizer, and then we'll give them bait. Do you have a code or something, Randy, that you're going to give the winner?
Code.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So we'll do that. We'll give it a second. Before we give that away, I got a question for everyone. We were all at the awards together, and what did you guys think when you heard the tournament director say that he was pretty much stepping down, or he was saying something about the sponsorships next year? MAKBF might not be what it is. It's still going to be a trail, but it's not going to be what it's been. Anybody want to make any comments on that?
Well, I believe he's had more help in the past. I believe he became a one-man show because of, for whatever reason, people's schedules or whatever weren't able to help out this year. So it's tough being a tournament player, and the amount of sponsorships that they secure from year to year, that's very difficult for one person to do. So I can see his reasoning for having to back away a little bit just because of the timing of it all. Unless there's someone or some people that can help out, then it's kind of one of those things where it's not going to be as I don't know the word I'm going to look for here, but lucrative, so to speak, that it's been in the past.
Yeah,
so the sponsorships and the prizes and stuff like that we are fortunate enough to compete for every tournament.
Yeah, the batteries, the $200 from Delaware Paddle Sports for big fish for every event. I mean, the big payouts. I mean, all the payouts are huge for MAKBF. I know when I won my event, I won almost $1,400. So I mean, for 50, I think it was 52 guys. That's a good payout for 52 anglers. So I mean, I hope it stays the way it is. I hope somebody has the time to step up and help them. I know it's a lot for one person to do, but I was actually it was a sad moment in history for me when he said that at awards, because I was like, man, I just don't want to see MAKBF go anywhere. You know, it's such an awesome trail, and I just started fishing it 2 years ago, and my first year I was really new to tournament fishing, so I had really, going up against you guys, I was like, wow, these guys are really freaking good. So, all right, Sean, do you have the Wheel of Fortune?
I did. I added each of these 5 guys in as well. So right now we have 9 people. So are you ready to go?
Yeah, I think we gave him enough time.
Okay, let me get this going here. 9.
We appreciate Randy for doing this.
Not a problem.
All right, so we will spin this crazy wheel here. Let me hop over here, give it a spin, and we'll see what we get. Number 5. That is 5? Mark, he just keeps on winning.
Yeah. Winner, chicken dinner.
So congrats, Mark.
Congratulations, Mark.
Yeah.
Pretty much like Randy, I'll get you in contact with Mark, and after the show or tomorrow or whatever, and we'll go from there with that.
All right, sounds good.
He's selling nets because apparently he needs a net. So
yeah.
Well, I don't make them, but we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
Start a GoFundMe for him.
He does not need a GoFundMe. He's won a couple bucks this year.
So we appreciate all you guys coming on. I don't know if you guys want to talk about anything else or maybe something you missed. If you did, then now's the time to start talking about it, because we're gonna shut this thing down in about 5 more minutes. So we really do appreciate you guys coming on. I had a heck of a time, heck of a tournament last weekend fishing against you guys. I had a lot of fun. It's always nice to go to awards and see you guys. It's always the top dogs, the top 5 people. It's always, the same faces most of the time. Like I said when we first started the show, you guys are all river rats. Shane coming up here from Virginia, putting a whooping on some people, putting up 100 inches down there in on the Upper Potomac this year. Congratulations on that for the Century Belt.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, man.
How much was it actually? I heard some crazy rumors, like it was 105 or something. I'm like, wait, what?
No, it was 100 even.
I was gonna.
Yeah,
I don't think it was 100. Whatever.
No. No.
I mean, that I don't care where you're at. 100 inches is 100 inches, right?
Yeah. That's a lot of big fish.
Yeah.
I mean, Charlie was right there with me. I mean, he had an incredible day too. With his 99, was it 99 and a quarter, I think.
Yeah, 99 and a quarter.
Yeah.
You finished second in that tournament, Charlie.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome. I thought my phone was glitching when I looked at it during the day. I'm like, there's no way after what I saw that these guys are doing this. Like they're on another river somewhere. I missed it.
Brooke, were you down there for that tournament, Brooke?
Yeah, so I was just thinking about that. I wanted to go to the launch that was the shortest distance for me. And it was still like 2.5 hours. It was the furthest one upstream, and I don't remember what it was called. I was the only one that went to that launch. So right there, I'm realizing that I'm probably not in the right area.
Yeah.
I caught a lot of small fish, but if there was a contest for that, I probably would have taken it. But I probably had 20 fish to equal 100 inches probably for that.
Yeah, I caught a lot of little fish too. I stayed at my sister's house all the way in the Shenandoah Mountains, and I drove there every morning. And it was like an hour and a half drive, almost 2-hour drive to the river every morning.
Wow.
And then that highway, I forget what that highway is, 66 or something like that. That highway's always full of traffic. But yeah, I always have a fun time fishing MAKBF, even if
you're
I
gonna have
don't
to drag
do
me
well.
to some of these, Carlisle.
Oh, it's fun, man. I mean, you get your ass kicked by these guys, but
hey, that's all right. I'll donate money to the cause.
I do enjoy the MAKBF because it takes me to places that I've never fished before.
I was thinking that.
Yeah. That way. Like past 2 seasons, being able to go down to the Potomac a couple times, and the Upper Potomac, the what's the other one we do?
The Delaware Ponds.
I did not make it to that one.
I think Dan was saying he had a lot of fun in that Delaware Ponds. He was saying
I'd never fished around cypress trees. That's the first time in my life I got to fish cypress trees. So
cool.
that was, I forget which lake it is down there that they do tours on. But before the campground and the tours fire up, you got the whole lake to yourself and floating around those little cypress trees. It was just peaceful.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, like Brooke was saying though, I probably would have never fished the Potomac River if it wasn't for MAKBF. Yeah. I wouldn't know anything about tidal water if it wasn't for MAKBF. I'm still learning. This is going to be my 3rd year coming. I get better and better every year down there, but I probably would have never fished tidal water without MAKBF.
Same thing, Upper Chesapeake. I'd never been down there before, and it's interesting because it's just different types of water, different species of either smallmouth or largemouth, but
cool, man.
It's different. Like I think for some, like Charlie, I'm sure has a lot of experience down there, but I think a lot of the kayak guys, I mean, the rivers, I mean, you're just able to access things that only basically jet boats can, and so I think that's what attracts a lot of kayakers. And maybe that's where I was different. I always the bay is where I fished, and I also fished a lot there with Pro Angler and other stuff. So I just was a lot more familiar with those tidal places, and so that stuff it's actually the rivers. I wouldn't consider myself a river rat really. I mean, these guys are much better than me. I mean, most days, Shane and Charlie and all these guys, they're terrifying to me. I'm especially on the Susky, and I did better this year, but for me, catching 90 on the Susky is solid. I'm doing all right. I mean, and I feel like half of these guys 90, meh,
That's average.
Shane's
he's like, Shane's like, I hit 90 before I had my cereal in the morning.
No, I still get excited about 90. That's still
for sure, man. For anything in the 90s is good, man.
Yeah, I mean that's a good day fishing. It's a good day.
Well, today, Randy, after today, I think 60 we would have been happy.
Oh my!
Yeah, we had a rough day today, but Brooke smashed them today. Charlie smashed them.
Maybe we should have went there.
Yeah, probably should have went to the J.
I think the difference between where you were and where I was, I launched at Fort Hunter, and I watched where the guide boats went. They went directly across to the west side, which made me realize it was the Juniata water was the clearer water.
Clear, yeah. Yep.
So that side was where I caught most of my fish.
Yep.
But
we were in some dirty water
down from that river too. So there's no, it's clearer water, but you have more contaminants in the water compared to the rest of the river on the side.
Yep.
Juniata was up, but Charlie, I mean, would you say you had more current, but it was still pretty clear?
Yeah, it was coming up while I was there. It was starting to get a little color to it, more than the aquarium look it had the weekend before. But yeah, it was
actually
still
great.
clear.
I mean, it was really nice conditions actually.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah.
What'd you put up, Charlie? 98?
97 and a quarter.
Insane.
Wow.
That's a great limit.
Hey, I had the bites in the tournament. I just couldn't put them in the kayak last weekend.
Dang. See, that's one thing I was going to say is like, although I did pre-practice, I've spent too much time trying to dial in my setups, and I'm sure Charlie has too, and all these guys. But like, execution has been the difference between good and bad tournaments for me this year. Like the Conowingo, I ended in 11th, but I lost multiple big fish that day. I wanted to break my rod. I was fishing a Ned rig, same thing. Same type of bait that I fished this weekend, but I could not keep them pinned, and I was furious. And this weekend I missed one fish, broke one bait off, and everything else came in the boat other than the one that went through the net. Like that's massive in a tournament where you're only getting 6 or 7 key bites, maybe, and so like I actually have the bait. It's a little sneaky, but so this is the Z-Man Fuzzy Bugs.
Oh yeah.
This is what caught all of them this weekend. But what I like about this is it kind of has that kind of poop style body. And if you see, it's very narrow right where that hook bend is.
Okay.
Right? And that just gives that
more
a little more of a bite gap.
Yep.
And I haven't lost them on that. I don't know. I feel like it's made a big difference. I beefed up my setup quite a bit. Like I was fishing 12 leader this weekend, this past weekend, and to me that was like, I could horse them a little more. Like, I got it more dialed in. And I practiced actually a little bit. I have a little pond that I go to and just dial in the setups a little bit.
Yeah,
just making sure I have everything dialed. It makes a difference.
Definitely.
Well, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. Congratulations to all. Guys had a hell of a season. To make it to Fish TOC, that was my goal. I got to fish with you guys. It was probably an event that I'll never forget. It was really, I felt honored to fish with you guys. So for me, that was my win. Randy, we want to thank you for coming on and doing what you do, being a partner to Chasing the 20 Inchers.
Appreciate you, bud.
Awesome baits. I hope to see everybody next year, hopefully with MAKBF. If not, I'm sure I'll see you guys on other trails running around here. Hopefully Bassmasters is coming back this year. Go ahead, Mark.
I was just gonna ask. I mean, considering the name of this, the 20ers, how many 20ers did these guys catch?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
I'm curious.
Let's start with Shane.
I think I'm up. I think I'm up to 15 or 16. I think 16. After last weekend.
Just during practice in the tournament.
Sorry.
During practice in the tournament.
Yeah, I caught one during practice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, are we talking about the tournament or are we talking about like the season?
Just I was talking about the season. I've caught 16 so far this year.
I was just talking about last weekend. I'm like,
I thought you were talking about year. Okay.
I was gonna say, wait, if you caught 16,
I'm like, I'm quitting if he caught 16 last weekend.
No, I caught one in practice and then at 21.5 on the second day. So just
two over 20.
Yeah.
What about Charlie?
I had one on day 2 of the tournament, had one in practice, and then I had one yesterday.
Man,
Wow.
You know how long it took me to catch a 20?
Yeah.
This many years.
It's not easy.
No. Brooke, you have any 20s over this past weekend?
No.
Wow.
I had a strange tournament, like the whole season between kayak anglers and MAKBF. The biggest fish I caught was 19.5, and that was last weekend.
Wow.
I caught 2 20-inchers. I got a 21 on the Schuylkill River early on in the season, and I think I got a 20 on the Susquehanna somewhere along the line in practice for one of the tournaments.
Nice. Mark?
3, and then I caught one yesterday too. So 3 during the tournament, 2 on day 1, which is crazy. Like I had a small fish on day 1, but the 2 20s definitely kind of help you out there, and then 1 on the second day.
Heck yeah. Dan, you have any 20s over last weekend?
I had a 21 in practice, and then I had a 20 and a quarter on day 1.
Nice.
I
had no 20s. I lost some. Like my day 1, I lost 3 really big fish. I should have been 90 inches at least on day 1. I don't know if you guys seen my video. I put up a video yesterday of my day 1, and I think my fish loses are in there. So, Sean, how many 20s you got this year?
I'm 0 this year. I again, my biggest
20s?
is I think not. Well, I had that one.
You had 120, I think, on the.
I couldn't measure it because I didn't have a board. I was I was wade fishing, but on my rod it measured 20.
Yeah,
I have a
Randy
piece of tape on my rod. So.
Probably none on the kayak.
No 20s.
Nah. When I take the jet boat out in the wintertime, I don't measure them.
No. Nice. All right. Well, let's hope for more 20s in 2026.
2025 is over yet, so we still got some time.
True.
That's true. That's true.
Very true.
I appreciate you guys for coming on tonight, taking some time with us. Congratulations to everyone. Sean, you got anything?
Yeah, just thanks again, guys, for coming on, and thanks for everyone who tuned in and listened tonight. Appreciate you all, and yeah, that's all I got.
Thanks,
all right, let's close this out. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming on.
All right, catch you all later.
Thank you for tuning in to the Paddle and Fin Podcast Network. We hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget, for future shows, like, follow, share, and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you check out our individual channels and accounts too. Want to be a guest on one of our shows and talk of adventures, gear, or products? Contact us. Thank you for watching The Noob Show with Matt Gibson, Chasing the Tide with Dustin Nichols, The Rusty Hook with John Rapp, The River Run with Adam Fraser Pross, May Contain Fishing with Daniel Woodcock, Chasing the 20s with Carlisle Esterly and Sean Lavery, Friday Night Bites with Brian Schiller. Thanks for tuning into the Paddle and Fin Network. Subscribe and always wear your PFD.